ain't got no problem with him either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was acting.
He's definitely scared of me. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money.
Given the history of the sport, I didn't see nobody that can compete with Terence Crawford. And
older, he got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
You know, I mean, these guys, I don't think know what they do anything. It's mostly talk.
The super middleweight champion of all time, David Benavidez.
Dude can punch.
Where the hell do you go from here?
Terence "Bud" Crawford just did the unthinkable, pulling off one of the greatest feats in modern boxing history.
Congratulations, man. You did it. I'm so proud of you. You used all my tricks to beat Canelo, just like I showed you. You went in there and you got it done. Unbelievable, bro. All jokes aside, GOAT, man. Congratulations, champ. So well deserved. Salute.
But as the world celebrated him as an all-time great, a new colossal challenge emerged, one that sparked major drama and even drew a fiery outburst from Crawford himself.
What do you see for yourself after this fight? How long do you want to be in the sport? How long do you want to be actively fighting?
I don't know. You know,
it's not something you think about. You're just going fight by fight.
I always take one fight at a time. You know, one fight at a time. I feel great. I'm healthy, and like I said, I'm looking forward to having some fun.
A powerful voice in the sport is now pushing for a showdown. Many consider far too dangerous, even for a legend like Bud Crawford.
Sick of seeing fighters getting the easiest fights just because they're getting the biggest paychecks. Like it don't. At the end of the day, it's not even about money. It's about giving the fans of boxing the fights that they deserve. They're paying the money at the end of the day, so fuck. Let's go to war. Let's do what these people want to see us do, and let's go to war and may the best man win. I wasn't gonna go down to 168, but now
the real question is, why is this fight being pushed? And what does it reveal about the hidden forces that control boxing? Crawford's daring leap to 168 lbs was a gamble that paid off in spectacular fashion. Against Canelo Alvarez, he delivered a masterclass on the grandest stage, so monumental that commentator John Anik called it the biggest live sporting event he had ever covered.
I mean, no, if legacy's something for him, he's got to win one of those two fights, don't you think?
Yeah, I think in order to that he is one of the greatest men. I think that we would have to beat one of those guys. You know, and the only person that he hasn't fought is Benavidez. And I don't know, Bud said he wouldn't fight him, but I don't think that's true. I think that if that fight happens, I think Bud would also entertain that, and if he does entertain it, it seemed like the way that he beat Canelo he'll be able to beat him again.
The world watched as Bud dismantled a living legend, securing a unanimous decision victory. But it wasn't just the win, it was the way he won. Analysts pointed out that Canelo's once feared style had become predictable, built around loading up on single heavy shots. Crawford, ever the master tactician, read him like a book, using timing, precision, and intelligent counters to expose the flaw and dominate every round.
He older. He got miles on him, and he ain't got that.
And B-side, when you asked me, you said, how would you beat him, Lonnie B? What I tell you?
The same thing. You'll keep the jab on him. Keep sticking the jab, moving and touching him with the right hand, and just turning him on angles.
And throwing punches. That's how I just throw punches at it.
Yeah.
And that's at level to the body, because that's open for him all night.
You said he ain't got the movement no more. You said he ain't, you know.
Adding to this, former UFC champion Kamaru Usman noted that the ruthless, mean-spirited Canelo fans once feared was nowhere to be seen, suggesting the Mexican superstar had lost his psychological edge. And with this complete victory, Crawford etched his name in history, becoming the first male boxer ever to claim undisputed championships in 3 different weight classes, a feat that cements his legacy as nothing short of legendary.
I want to thank all my fans here that support me. I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community. And I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody, because today you see us all as one. You know, and a lot of people always say, how you get the Mexicans to side with you? I said, they my people too. I said, so it don't matter if I'm fighting Canelo. Some of the urban community is going for Canelo.
But just as the world celebrated, an unexpected voice threw a wrench into the gears. That voice was Turki Alalshik, the powerhouse financier who now shapes some of the sport's biggest blockbusters. With his immense financial clout, his words aren't mere opinions. They're commands that can tilt the entire balance of boxing, setting into motion fights that otherwise would have never even left the negotiation table.
Do you want to see a rematch?
No. He's not beaten Crawford, Canelo.
Okay.
I think he can, can he improve? Maybe.
Okay, so wait. If he's not beating Crawford, which is fair, right? I agree. Based on what we saw, I do think he can make improvements, but who knows? Is there someone else better out there than that you'd rather see Crawford fight than Canelo?
Well, Turki did ask, could Bivol get down to 168?
I asked, Turki said, can Benavidez?
I thought he said Bivol.
No,
as well.
I said Bivol.
Oh.
Turki said Benavidez.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not Benavidez. I don't think he's beaten Benavidez. I think that's a bridge way too far. I think a lot of things too far. But could you just imagine if Bivol could, the skill we'd see in that fight?
Yeah.
The rounds between Canelo and Crawford went by like that. They'd be the same against those two. That'd be...
Shortly after Crawford's victory, Turki Alalshik floated what he called the natural next step for the new king of 168. A dangerous showdown with the Mexican monster himself, David Benavidez.
Hear me out here, Kamaru. Terence Crawford versus the Mexican monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why he was not, because nobody wants to fight him.
That's a big dude. And to be honest, Terence Crawford's 37 years old.
It's about merit. Could I get to the generational talent, as he said, with Manny Pacquiao? He's an 8-division world champ.
If it ain't no big name, Terence, do what you do, bro.
The proposal immediately raised eyebrows across the boxing world. It wasn't just a passing comment, and it was a spark that lit a firestorm. And no one reacted more fiercely than Bud himself, who saw the idea as both a challenge to his legacy and a dangerous push that crossed the line.
Would you ever entertain a fight with David Benavidez?
You gotta understand.
I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't,
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. Not to say I won't fight him. I fought his brother. Brother was big when I fought him. The only reason why I entertain Canelo is because he's not a big dude. He might be thick, but he's not a big dude. Benavidez is like 6 foot something. Then he gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, that's a big dude.
And he's skilled.
I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
Yeah, I understand what you're looking at. You're like, you know what?
You just size him up.
Yeah,
you just size him up. Especially when you're going into a bigger weight class like that. You size him up and you see your advantage.
Crawford's reaction was swift and crystal clear. He flat out rejected the idea of facing the Mexican monster, calling it unrealistic and unsafe. He stressed that while the Canelo fight made sense because they were essentially the same size, Benavidez is a different beast altogether, towering over him at over 6 feet tall and likely rehydrating to 190, 200 pounds on fight night. For Crawford, the size gap wasn't just a disadvantage, it was a stacked deck.
Because David Benavidez, he could fight his ass off, and I told him that a long time. I told him that when, before I fought his brother. I said, man, dude, you can fight, dude. You're going to do big things. But the dude going to come in at like 200, 210. You know what I mean? I get why Canelo, was like, I don't need to fight this dude because, one, he can take a punch. He's going to come in there and going to just lay on you and bulldoze you,
Right.
And Canelo just didn't want that, work. But me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I can beat anybody.
His stance was so firm that he punctuated it with a shocking declaration. I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez. It was Crawford's way of drawing a line in the sand, making it clear that such a matchup was not just unreasonable, but borderline absurd.
The way Crawford is, Crawford's very he has a big ego, especially when it comes to anything he does, bro. He has a big ego. And I said this yesterday. I won't be surprised if he dominates Canelo and then they offer him Benavidez and he says okay.
This wasn't simply a fighter refusing a challenge. It was a seasoned champion making a calculated stand. Crawford framed it as a matter of logic, not fear. And he isn't alone. Many boxing analysts echo the same concern. The physical gap between Crawford and Benavidez is so vast that it tilts the fight from competition into mismatched territory.
But at the same time, I mean, Benavidez is also the one guy that nobody's willing to fight. And if nobody's willing to fight him, that makes his value go up. And so the thing is that if you get the right guy that is willing to pay for that, and I mean I don't see him saying that, okay, well, we can't afford to fight this guy. So I mean, that fight can happen if it's a fight that I think Bud want to entertain.
And what if you're Canelo? I think the one thing you could possibly want is that rematch to get that a little bit of that legacy.
Remember when Floyd said, I think he should fight Terence Crawford want to be great, he should fight David Benavidez. Remember Floyd saying that? Why I think Crawford didn't pay that no mind?
What?
That's right. You know why? He like, listen, man. Nah, I'm gonna be strategic about this. And it is business-wise, it's smart. Terence Crawford is on the Mount Rushmore of boxing, but we got weight classes for a reason. He called Canelo at the right time, like Canelo done, guys. And I'm not saying that his win is not valid. It's very valid, and that's what he was supposed to do. And he outboxed Canelo, and I can't take nothing away from his win. But was that the same Canelo that Floyd fought? Was that the same Canelo that Amir Khan fought? You know, so Terence Crawford gonna be strategic at this weight. He ain't just gonna come here and I bet you he don't fight at this weight again. I bet you he don't fight nobody else at 68.
David Benavidez is a natural light heavyweight, walking around as a full 175 lb champion.
He's definitely scared of me. You know, if you have a fighter talking so much trash in front of you, why don't you make an example of him to the world? Beat me in the ring and make a whole lot of money. You know what I mean? So he sees a lot of things in me that he can't stop. You know, not only does he see speed, does he see power, but he sees a lot of heart in me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going in there and I want to prove myself to the world that I'm the greatest fighter. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't scare me to get in there with another great fighter because I know that elevates me and who I am as a competitor.
Crawford, on the other hand, is a natural welterweight who built his legend at 147 lbs.
I ain't gonna lie, they gonna say this is why I gotta let y'all know, cause they gonna say I'm glazing, but I'm telling the truth.
Dig it.
This dude power for me, and I've been saying this for years, it carries through the weight class. Okay. So I can see him in the ring with a 175 or a cruiserweight, and if he touched them, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel that shit, bro. I don't care who the fuck it is. I done seen him in the ring with a heavyweight.
And he fight Benavidez?
I like Benavidez, so I ain't gonna disrespect him.
I just want to see him fight.
I'm gonna say my opinion.
I just want to see him fight. That's
my opinion.
Absolutely.
At 168, if Benavidez come down there, I don't think he beats Bud.
Okay, I dig.
That's my opinion. People want to say I'm crazy, but
the skill is. I mean, the skill is. No, the skill is there. No, it's just usually because someone's a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, and they think like, okay, you got to be able to take certain punishment that the other guy's putting on you, but. I watched Bud when he fought Canelo, and then I watched Benavidez when he fought Caleb Plant. And when I seen it was like Caleb Plant was outboxing him. So if Caleb Plant didn't gas out, Caleb Plant might have beat him that night. But Bud, he don't tire.
You're not gonna gas.
He come in tremendous condition, and for me, I just think Bud is a legend. So they might say I'm crazy, but people might say they're not gonna make that fight happen, but I don't think it's far-fetched.
Like that's
how much
the biggest.
Gotta lose.
He been fighting that one. He was fighting him at 68, I think. He can get the
68 would be
he a big dude.
ideal because he came from 68.
He a big dude.
Oh, he came from. Oh, so he went up. Now he has to come back down.
Yeah, he would have to come back down.
That'd be
a difference too.
That's a fight. Like that's a fight.
Because Benavidez the truth too.
Hey,
he the truth.
Punches and bunches with bad intentions.
Yes, he the truth.
Hey, remember? Hey, go watch. Go look. Hey, dog.
He the truth. He a killer.
Yeah,
he is our resident fight expert.
A whole killer.
Yeah, he watches. He knows.
He's the man we go to.
There's no way. Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. But that is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Listen to me.
Almost worse than Canelo was.
He will beat the living shit out of Terence Crawford.
If David Benavidez come out of 68, he'll fuck him up. I got Terence Crawford.
That's not
I ain't betting against Terence Crawford no more. I mean, I ain't never bet against him.
Well, listen to me.
I bet $10.
You see what I'm saying? Because he outboxed over the hill Canelo. People see how people think, he a crush. No, he dope. Listen, I'm not saying that he's not dope, but what I'm saying is, but you see how boxing can trick your mind. Listen, David Benavidez will beat the socks off of Terence Crawford. I'm sorry, he don't stand a chance. He's too little. How you gonna keep him off? And David uses a jab. I sparred with David. Listen, that's a tough fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight.
That's a tough fight. Listen,
it's a tough fight, bro.
Listen, Terence Crawford.
That little black nigga from Omaha.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Motherfucker from Omaha. That nigga is a bad mother. Shut your mouth.